I want a lower hand. Okay, now I'm
Kazam.
back.
Oh, wait, my hand is there now.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast.
Here we go again. Everybody's here. It's That Wrestling Podcast. Kevin is back.
What
Joe, Jason, Brian.
Call me the right name.
I'm not doing it.
Come on.
All right.
Call me the right name.
I thought about this, okay?
Okay.
You can follow, see if you follow me here. What is LeBron James' nickname?
Third best.
Well, he
What do they
gave
like to
him-
call me?
Well, I mean, he's
He
the
gave
king.
himself the name King.
King.
You want to call me?
Okay.
You want to call me the king? I'll take
What-
that too.
That's one syllable. Paul Pierce's nickname was the Truth.
Okay.
Jerome Bettis' nickname was the
Bus.
Bus.
I'm the truth
You
bus.
you can't. We could go
I'm
with that.
I'm
The
King
point
Truth
is-
Bus. Is what you're
Yes.
saying? King
Well-
Truth Bus.
No, I'm not saying that. My point is
Well, we know this week's
One-
episode name.
one one syllable.
write that
Go
down.
with that, not
King
the
Truth Bus.
algorithm. You can't. You
Brian,
gotta
did
go
you
with a
have to
one
clap
syllable.
your hands when you thought that? Where you're like,
Right.
algorithm.
I do
Yes,
that with
I am
Fiona.
the algorithm because I make things happen on the internet.
Indeed.
I am the algorithm.
But
It's not that hard to say, Brian. It's not that hard to say.
Follow the pattern is all I'm saying. Think
I don't
of
even know what
something
you
else.
mean. I'm the algorithm.
One syllable. That's what I'm going with. But nevertheless, we're all here. It's a miracle.
What's Roman Reigns' nickname?
Tribal chief. Yeah.
There you go.
Algorithm.
Three.
Algorithm.
It's
Big
still
dog.
Big dog.
That's still two.
That's two words.
Just
Okay.
call me the algorithm and
What
we'll
Anyway.
move on.
What was Calvin Johnson's nickname?
Megatron. All right, 3. Okay. Point remains.
Say my name, Brian, just once.
I've
Come
Why
on.
am I taking his side? on this one?
algorithm.
Yes, I am the algorithm.
Nevertheless,
Is it
let's
like
see what
two
you missed,
words
Kev.
like algo? The
No, it's
Latin rhythm?
algorithm. It's one word, Kevin. I make things happen. I do.
Kev, you missed the 4-year anniversary pod where this was born last
Yeah.
week.
I did that on purpose, apparently.
I have.
Smart.
Did you listen to the show last week, Kev?
I didn't.
No,
Okay.
he was in.
That's
I'll
good.
be honest.
That's good.
Kevin,
Go
I
ahead.
understand. Since MSU lost, you went to the Fortress of Spartitude, and you needed to be alone and just like with your thoughts, and then come back after the tournament was over with. I get it. I almost did the same thing, but it was 4 years, so I had to represent. I
Yeah.
took care of the shit there, Kevin.
Yeah, it was rough, but I'll say this: coming back from vacation and coming back to not being at work for a week and a half, those days you come back, you should get your vacation days back because work sucks.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. You need the vacation
Nonstop.
from the vacation, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next vacation.
All right. Well, we're here to not be on vacation. We're here to talk business. Our business is professional wrestling. Lots to cover this week. We are so close to WrestleMania. Let's talk about last Friday night's SmackDown. Lots went down, and especially stuff went down that wasn't supposed to go down.
Or was it?
I don't believe
Oh, I
that's
knew
what I'm hearing. Charlotte and Tiffany, I'm talking about, of course. Promo segment in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
This got personal, guys. This, from what I've gathered, this has been kind of building for a couple of weeks, and it kind of went off the rails with the one that was the biggest one was Tiffany doing the outside the ring you're 0-3 with like the divorces, which was I think like the same day that Charlotte had like a Sherry Shepherd interview talking about divorces. So that was the one that went, oh damn. Lot happening with this one because like I said, it was clearly not supposed to be how it was supposed to be.
Or was it?
Well, what do you think?
The best part about professional wrestling is exactly what we're talking about. Where is it scripted like
Lines
that,
are
or was
blurred.
it shot from the hip, where the blurred
Yeah.
line? It's the best part. I know I watched that segment before I got home, where I watched the entire SmackDown. I know I watched that clip about 40 times, just with
Why?
because it was fantastic.
It was a train wreck.
No, it wasn't.
No,
Yes, it was. It was awful. I haven't watched it since. It was
was
awful. It was
both.
awkward even watching it.
No, I loved it.
I
I
hated it.
absolutely loved it when Charlotte was making fun of her voice. I absolutely
Ooh,
loved it
yeah.
when Charlotte was trying to get Tiffy and people were booing the shit out of Charlotte. I love the 0-3. I love the when she said alone. It
No.
was perfect. Everything was perfect. Because I feel that multiple times, especially when they were like backstage, where the screen was split, Charlotte got the one up on Tiff. And I feel that this got under Charlotte's skin so much. She basically, Tiffy hit a home run on her, and then Charlotte went for the low blow of, oh, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs? When everyone's just booing the shit out of her, walking by with the title saying, fuck you. Fuck you. It was kind of like a mic drop situation. Tiffy is so good. Charlotte, I feel like, is jealous because Tiffany's so good. Joe, why did you hate it though?
It was a
That's
train
right.
wreck. It was all. It was.
Why? Like, give me a reason.
Why? Because it was unprofessional. I don't care if it was like Jason
Like-
said it was like scripted, but it doesn't matter. She got owned by the crowd and went personal. And she sounded like a freaking high school girl. It's like making fun of the voice. Give me a break. Like the whole thing. I am so over it. I'm over it. I'm over her character. I'm over her. I'm over it. This is 0 for 3, not just in divorces, but when she sabotaged and went into business for herself. Give me a break. She did it to Becky. She did it to Nia. I'm defending Nia. That's how bad it is.
So your favorite wrestler of all time is Shawn Michaels, right? So when he would say,
No, it's Macho
"Oh, how
Man.
are sunny days on Bret Hart?" You didn't like it. You were like, "Oh, I'm going to turn the channel. I hate my
And then he got beat up.
No,
And
I'm
then he
just
got
asking
beat
a
up.
question. Did you hate
Oh,
that?
but
That
Kevin,
was
here's
made
the
up,
difference here. Here's the difference. See, now you're starting to like attack me. Are you gonna make fun of my voice next too, like a high schooler? I was in high school when that happened.
Well, I'm just
If
asking.
you're the same person you were in high school as you are now, you got to grow up. Just like
I'll tell you
Charlotte.
this.
If you're
I
the
would have
same
loved that
person that
segment.
you were
I would have
10
loved that
years ago,
segment.
like I said 2 weeks ago, you got to
Mhm.
grow up. And that's what Charlotte is. She's the same freaking character. She hasn't changed. Now let's go over the list. Okay. Becky, she the same character when she started on the main roster? No, she was like the steam worker. Then she became the last kicker. Then she became the man. Then she became big time Bex. Okay, then she became Bex XT or whatever when she went to NXT. Bailey was a hugger. Then became like basically on her own. Then became the role model. Then had her knock knock TV show. Then became the leader of Damage Control. And now she's like the veteran who is working with the up and coming talent. What the hell has Charlotte done in 10 years? The same shtick, and it's not even her shtick, it's her dad's. So
No,
I
I'm
don't
not saying
care.
anything.
I don't care about this segment. I thought it was a train wreck
You
when
don't?
I watched it.
Because your
Well, you
actions
do.
say otherwise,
No,
Joe.
I'm defending myself right now because Kevin's like getting all like mad at me because he brought up Shawn Michaels. That was in 97. It was a different era. I'm talking about now. And Shawn admitted was unprofessional at that time. And Sean's not even my favorite of all time. It's Macho Man. But
Wow.
I'm done with this. I am
Potato,
done
potato.
with her. And
I
what's really annoying is she's going to win at WrestleMania. And it's going to be more of the same because she can't change anything. This is the old guard continuing. This is why people can't stand her. Like, and Brian even sent a message going like, "Oh, I think I'm done with her." It's like, good. But he's probably not now because now all of a sudden everyone's like praising this segment and it was garbage.
praising
The whole
Tiffany
thing.
in the segment. I'm not praising Charlotte.
You know
So
what, Tiffany?
you hated the
Tiffany's my
segment.
Tiffany's
You
my
didn't-
coffee buddy, but I think she went over the line too.
Okay.
Jay, you've
She
been more
defended
of
herself. She defended herself, which I'm proud of, and I'm glad that she did. But
Let 'em
I think she
go.
went a little over the line as well because it was unprofessional on both ends, and she would have never had to be put in that position if Charlotte didn't go into business for herself because the Chicago crowd was hurting her feelings. Get over it.
It's
Boom.
wrestling.
Now I'm done.
So okay.
No, I'm done. I'm done. you guys can continue it, but I put too much effort into it. I didn't even want to talk about it. When I saw it on the list, I'm like, let's move on.
Well, I'm glad. I wish you did. I wish you did talk about it.
Sure. You sure showed us.
You told us how to
You just-
not talk about it because you
Jay,
don't care.
You've been more of a Charlotte defender, I think,
course.
than the rest of us. So how does your vibe go on this now?
Look, I mean, I would love to think it's real. And I bet part of it is real, but I think part of it is scripted too. I think more is scripted than what we are letting on. Ken brought up a good point with the Sean Brett stuff. You know, there's this video that came out. It's been making the rounds where Brett called Triple H and Sean homos on TV.
Wow. Yeah.
And then, of course, we got the Sunny Days thing from Sean to Brett. So I think this is, you know, it could be teetering towards Sean and Brett. But for me, I mean, I loved it. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I think it adds more to it. And, you know, Joe, if it pisses him off, I'm here for it.
Even better. I see it like this. So the vibe I got was the previous couple weeks, Charlotte was going off script a little bit. And I think I saw an interview with her or read an interview where she basically said, I'm going to perform how I perform. And if you want to prove you're on my level, why will I, you know, kind of minimize my ability to go to your level? You got to come to my level. So I can see Charlotte's, you know, attitude that in that way of going like, this is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm going to do it. So I kind of get that about like, step your game up. You've seen what I can do all this time. Step your game up, Tiffany. That being said, yeah, she got rattled by that Chicago crowd, no doubt about it. And I mean, listen, I did get some AEW vibes of like when CM Punk came out and just like called out Hangman to come to the ring when it wasn't in the script and he just sat there and nobody came out and they just like continued on. It was like, what was that? That was weird. So yeah, I don't know, you know, I know they edited out some of the remarks. I think the squeaky Tiffany voice and the 0-3 Charlotte outside the ring part. So yeah, I mean, I want to make sure Triple H reins it in because like Joe, you were even saying like Charlotte and Nia had like a 10-second brawl in the ring. Like this is WrestleMania. This is too big to fuck up. Like we got to be professionals and put our egos aside to make the show how it's, you know, supposed to go down.
Algorithm.
The silence means we agree.
Well, kind of.
Yeah. Well,
The only
ahead.
one that doesn't is alone. No, I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
Which one of us is alone? We're all still on our first marriage.
Yeah.
Well,
we're 4 for 4 in that one. That's
Yeah,
true, guys.
Surprising.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, most wrestling podcasts are still virgins. And we're
At least
married.
Two of us can prove we've had sex.
Do.
Does my hand count?
And Brian more than
I can't
one.
prove that. I'll take your word for it, thankfully. I do wish, though, I did put that too in the rundown of like, and Joe, you did a great job of explaining it of how characters can change. Becky, Bailey, all these. And I really hoped when Charlotte came back, it was going to be different. And all it was is it's more Ric Flair than ever. I mean, I know I wanted like her and Andrade to be like a team thing. And obviously we found out they got divorced. So that's not happening.
Well,
You know who else hasn't changed in that 10 years though that I was going to mention was one of that Jason can't stand. Mercedes Moné. She changed her name, but the character has been the same for like 15
Oh no,
years.
no. This version sucks.
It's
This
the same
This
version.
is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. Because in WWE, she was a boss. in AEW, she's a CEO. It's totally different, Joe.
Oh, come on. What do you think? Totally different, Kev?
Totally different.
CEO and boss.
You mean like the background music of Under Pressure versus Ice Ice Baby? CEO has a ting in it, so that makes it different.
That's right. That's right.
Behind the
That's a
music.
good throwback.
Don't be a slop tart, Joe. They're totally different.
All right, now let's talk about something that we know is legit, and that's Kevin Owens' neck injury. That was a bummer to see. He's just, I think he's all of us collectively one of our favorite performers. So I don't know if they've said it's a neck, maybe a neck surgery. Did they say maybe that's the plan? Okay, so it's gonna be iffy if he can come back. So if that's the case. If this is the end of his career, why don't you give a favorite moment or two from KO's time? Jay, you want to start?
Yeah. Of course, the NXT debut was cool. He got his nose
Yes.
broken and fucked up Sami Zayn for the millionth time. Go back to any of the Ring of Honor stuff, the Ladder Wars, the feud with Jim Cornette, everything. Do yourself a favor. Go Google some shit on YouTube after you get done watching it, because the Ring of Honor stuff is awesome. And if you really want to go for a deep, deep, deep dive, go look up a Kevin Steen shoot interview. Those are good too.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
Well, you got to go with his main roster open challenge against Cena. I mean, that thing was
God, that was
and
crazy.
and of course the Festival of Friendship, everything with Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right
yeah.
on. Kev?
I 100% agree. The debut is great. If you can find his kid, seeing him come out, it's amazing. Now the kid's like 7 foot tall. Kevin's kid, like just saying like he's going against John Cena and just seeing the excitement of seeing his dad on the main roster. That's
Okay.
just as good as seeing
Oh.
anything. Just his family just so happy and proud, right? But if he's a good guy, if he's a bad guy, because he's gone against Sammy. Like when you think about his best opponents, right? Sammy's up there, then you're like, oh, they definitely can't go against each other again. And then the rivalry goes back in, and you're like, okay, I'll take another round of this. I'll do another round of this. I think he'll be back. I'm crossing my fingers. It goes okay because they've done amazing things like Edge, Soraya might come back as Paige. Who knows what she'll go by?
Yeah.
Like medicine has improved greatly. Uh, he's just such a damn good talent overall in the ring, on the mic. I'm wishing best wishes because it's probably gonna be out for a year plus, right?
You would think so. Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna get back to Kevin Owens in a minute. We have breaking news. Kev, hit it.
I'm very congested, but I'm gonna try.
All right. Charlotte Flair has apologized.
Oh,
After
saw
being
it. I saw it.
blindsided. Shut up. Play along. It's breaking news.
Oh, what did she say?
After being blindsided by my personal trauma on live television, my character said something on air that was not true, and I'd like to take this opportunity to clear the air. I should have never called the Chicago fans smart. I sincerely apologize.
That's good.
Now back to Kevin Owens.
That's good. That's good. I'll go. You guys have named some really good ones. I will go. I loved the like week after week of Sami Zayn trying to convince him to help with the bloodline after Sammy's done with the bloodline, leading into the tag match against the Usos in the main event of night 1 of Mania 39, because that was really, all the bullshit that he did to KO, that Sammy and they were former best friends, and it wasn't just 1 week of like, okay. I mean, that was a good at least 3 to 4 weeks of like, I'm never gonna help you. We're not doing this. And finally, Kevin Owens gave in, and Michael Cole had a great line when they embraced their hug, and it was like, truly great friends are hard to find. They are difficult to leave and impossible to forget. And I was like, ooh, Michael Cole, look at you. Good work. So that's up there, and probably one that like we will all forget eventually. but he was really good with the whole Ezekiel thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one.
That was like, as silly as that was. I love, oh, how am I the only one seeing this? You're Elias. I loved like his just, I'm not playing along. I'm not gonna go with this. I know who you are, and I think that just kind of shows off the versatility of the guy. And if it is the end, going out in like whatever they called it, was it a last man standing match with Sammy? Yeah, in
No,
Canada.
it was an unsanctioned match.
Unsanctioned match. You're right. The lights were down. That's
Yeah.
right.
So his real last match was at Royal Rumble, the one that really counts.
That's true. That's true. But yeah,
And I was there.
And props to KO because you don't have that many wrestlers truly wrestling in like your 100% cotton t-shirt. Like I feel like his ring gear was always like gym shorts, the
yeah.
tights underneath, showing off the massive T-Rex tattoo, and then like the sleeveless shirt of KO that was like the popular one at the moment.
Right.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah. They kind of throwback in that sense. Yeah. But yeah. Best well wishes to Kevin Owens. Of course, that leaves Randy Orton without an opponent for WrestleMania. That feud was going along really nicely. Randy, of course, comes out at the end of Kevin's speech. He does RKO Nick Aldis. Well, guess we'll find out later on Friday night if that's going to turn into something for WrestleMania. But presuming he's going to have a match, who would you like his opponent to be?
Well, you got to remember when he paid that fine, he paid double for the next time. That was the next time. So everybody thinks it's going to be Aldis. I don't think it's going to be. I would like to, honestly, what I would do if I'm Aldis, because I'd be pissed of what happened, make Randy go through the gauntlet. Carmelo Hayes, Sami Zayn, potentially the returning Rusev, with
That's
Aiden English singing Rusev Day. Potential return of Aleister Black. Sheamus. All of these people do not have a match. Miz. R-Truth. Carlito. Let him run the gauntlet. Top that.
That's an interesting, I mean, it's punishment, right? And it also gets a lot of people on the card, which would be kind of a cool way to do it. I don't remember any sort of like scramble gauntlet type match. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it'd be a scramble because scramble means everybody's involved. A gauntlet where Randy has to beat them all.
Gotcha.
And then, go from there. Maybe then Aldis is the last person, or he gets Aldis if he completes the gauntlet.
Okay. All right. Joe?
I like the idea of the gauntlet now that it was said out loud. So
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the lines of just a return.
Say my name, Joe. Say my name.
Beyonce.
Say it, Joe, because I know what I'm talking about. Because
I can call. You know what? I can call you Al. All right, here we go. This is I was thinking it was going to be like something along the lines of a like Cody returning when it was set at WrestleMania 38, something along that. But there's no one out there.
That's what I was thinking.
But there's nobody that big.
There's no one out there that's like that. So I don't. That's why I was stumped. I'm like, it doesn't matter who he faces. He's Randy Orton. He's going to be at WrestleMania. So I like the gauntlet. Get as many people on the card where it's not an Andre Battle Royal and it is not a Fatal 4-Way 6-pack elimination match. Triple threat. Yeah.
There's enough of those already on the card.
There's too many of them. So it's like this one would be a gauntlet where it would still be one-on-one and it'd be Randy against a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin,
would the crowd really be that upset if he beat R-Truth in 30 seconds? No.
Because he'll do a great RKO and people will go nuts.
But R-Truth would probably be in his corner thinking it's a tag match and they trying to tag in. And then Randy would tag him in, give him an RKO, 1, 2, 3, and that's him.
I do think the crowd would pop hard if a Rusev did make a surprise more than Alistair. I think Alistair might be maybe the SmackDown after Mania. I know what Ray Phoenix just debuted.
Yeah.
Not big enough, I don't think, to a WrestleMania moment. I think Rusev would get the pop. I think Aldis comes out, says we have a new acquisition, right? Because he just signed, right? Rusev did. That could get a genuine instant mega pop. To the level of Cody, absolutely not.
But it
But
needs Aiden English to work.
Yes.
And he's
If
the
he could-
announcer. He's the announcer at TNA. It has to be the pair just for this, maybe just this one time for WrestleMania. If you want it to be this big and this explosive and this monstrous, you need Rusev Day. You need
Nope.
Aiden English.
Or say his name.
Oh, you
Say
took
mine.
mine. You took mine. You took mine. See, here's
Algorithm.
why. Here's what I.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fine. A little
you
late,
get your
Joe, but you
yeah.
got it late there, Joe. But
I was saying, you
thank
got your trademark in yet, Jay? You can sue him for copyright infringement there. Yeah,
Sorry, Brian.
that was my vibe, guys. Was I couldn't go with a Rusev or Aleister Black because I think Randy's going to win. So I'm like, I don't want to bring these guys back only to lose, even if it's a good spot. But I know Joe Henry's going to be there. I think I saw he's like appearing at WWE World. Like he's under a meet and greet. And
He is.
what a feather in the cap to have the TNA heavyweight champion on WrestleMania. Like that's a big plus for TNA to get that exposure. You lose to Randy Orton. Well, he's a legend. You know, wasn't your day. You're still the champ. So that's the vibe I was going with. And kind of the only other angle on that would be, and I don't like it as much, but let's say who comes out as the NXT men's champion. I know that they're doing a 4-way, I believe, or triple threat, I think.
Well, Brian, sorry to bust your bubble.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry suffered a shoulder injury on the April 3rd episode of TNA Impact.
Oh.
Grade 3 severe sprain to his
Oh,
rotator cuff.
oh my.
So he might be dropping the title then.
Say his name and he will not appear then.
His doctor will appear. Okay, well, I had a good idea for about 30 seconds. That's cool. Yeah, but that'll be interesting. That's that, and we'll, like I said, maybe I don't like the Nick Aldis idea because it's too quick. Like that's a cool idea, but I wanted to see more build for that. So I don't like that either, Jay.
Jason, we need two sources. You tried to get us last time with Raquel's injury, so we need to know this for sure. I'm like, he has a grin on his face. I'm not buying it yet.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't make that up. I mean, do you think I could read it that? I could just
According
go off the
to-
cuff that? Yeah.
Well, while you work on that, we'll talk
Grade
about
3
another.
severe sprain to rotator cuff. Yeah, I got my sword.
Okay.
No, you didn't even say a source. You just said what it was again.
A good journalist does not give up his sources, Joe.
Well, you. Okay. All right. Touche.
Okay.
All right. But we did have also the revelation of the favor. CM Punk's favor for Paul Heyman is that Heyman has to be in his corner at WrestleMania. Roman called his bluff. And of course, Paul said, I can't do that, my tribal chief. I can't not do this favor. And I was like, all right, that maybe that was too obvious. Maybe I was thinking more deeper than that. So I was like, oh, okay, like that's all right. And then I saw the clip of, and they showed it on Raw, of Heyman saying to Punk in like 2013 or 2013 of, I'm going to walk you down the aisle in the main event at WrestleMania. And I went, like, we've been talking this for 11 years that happened, and we're pulling that out now? Okay. So I was pretty damn impressed. Did you guys feel the same?
Felt like it was everything coming together like a Marvel movie. Like an Endgame where they go back in time, like the timeline type stuff. It was very cool.
Speaking of that, Kev, theory, rumor, innuendo, that Dr. Doom was created when Steve Rogers went back to return the Infinity Gauntlet.
Really?
Brian,
Could
this is
be.
all part of the
Well, we'll
Avengers
find out.
storyline, which is a Marvel movie.
I was gonna say whatever
Yeah.
you say, guys. I'm going with it.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers is Captain America.
It's Steve Rogers, not Steve Urkel. We're not talking Family Matters, Brian.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Did I do that?
No, Jay did that.
I hope you like it.
But yeah, who else has thought? Like now the favor's in.
I mean, I think we all knew that's what it was in what capacity. I think a few months ago I said that it needed to be he's going to dump Roman. And with what happened, we're another step closer to bum ass Roman.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not
I
happening.
said that a couple weeks ago too.
I mean, he doesn't have
Anybody.
a family. He doesn't have a championship. Paul's the one last thread in his
He's
world.
a chief with no tribe.
Chief with no tribe. Yeah.
Bum
Yeah.
ass Roman.
And yeah, he was shaken after Paul refused to not do the Punk favor. So yeah, he's been there the whole time in this run. Interesting. So then we had Seth on Monday, right? And he also pointed out the things of like, oh, Roman, such a good friend. Why didn't he save you when Solo attacked him? Punk's not your friend. He said it when he came back. I'm just here for money. I'm not here to make friends. He left. He left you, just like he left all of us. I was impressed, guys. You know, we've had a lot of these multi-man triple threat sort of things, and some of them kind of feel a little clunky to me. But this one seems like it's just sinking right in place, man. I'm excited with how that played out, and Seth calling out that Paul now owes him a favor too.
Well, they had to do something. They had to do something with Seth because he was just there.
Right. That was the glue. That was the glue I needed to put that together to not feel like, why are you here, dude?
Well, Seth was there because each guy has a beef with him, like Punk and Seth, Roman and Seth. But it's like the real feud is Punk and Roman. Seth's just there. He's like an afterthought. He's their past.
Right.
So they have to beat their past to move on to the future. But it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna love the match, and it's like it's a main event, any card whatsoever. Those three, but it doesn't really need much of a story for me to be sold.
You know what it needs?
Title shot for the winner.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
He's retired.
I went down the rabbit hole of all of his UFC stuff recently. I am ready for Brock to come back. This makes the most sense. This should have been Brock versus Roman versus Punk.
And
now everybody
fight for
thinks
Paul
that
Heyman's soul.
Paul Heyman's going to go and join up with Seth Rollins, which makes no sense because Seth doesn't need Paul Heyman. We need Brock Lesnar to return during this match.
That would be explosive. That's a great way to end night one.
Yes.
Match ends and Brock comes out.
Much like the last time Kev and I were in that stadium, Brock came back with Roman and Cena.
That's right. That's
Well,
SummerSlam.
do you think that could be Seth's favor?
To bring
As in,
Brock
like,
back?
No, yeah. Like, hey, Paul, get Brock to help me out.
Why? He's had feuds with Brock like his whole career as well.
The heist of the century was against
You never
Brock
know.
and Roman.
Yeah. And then after he won the Rumble, he picked Brock and beat him at the Mania 35 in the opening match.
Yeah.
Brock had to get out first or last.
Yeah, it's either your first or last.
Brock's not really an alliance type of guy, right? I'm trying to think.
But he's
Just
a
the
Paul
Paul.
guy.
He is a Paul guy, but
That's
But Paul,
So is Curtis Axel. So maybe we'll get him
Paul's
back
turned on
too.
him numerous times too.
The Axeman's coming.
that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I thought that one came together really nice. So let's go over the Mania card, at least as of yesterday. So of course the triple threat: Cody and Cena, Gunther and Jay, Io, Bianca, Rhea, Tiffany, Charlotte, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, Liv Morgan and Raquel versus the winner of this tag team match on SmackDown, Braun versus Penta versus Dom versus Finn, Logan Paul and AJ Styles, Jade Cargill and Naomi, and Ray and El Grande Americano.
Greatest luchador of all time. As we record on Thursday, Priest and Drew
Yep.
was added. So that makes,
Okay.
I believe, 12 matches for WrestleMania. 2 nights, 6 and 6. All right. I don't think there
Yeah.
needs to be any more, but I really feel like there's 3 or 4 of those that could be on Raw or SmackDown and don't need to be WrestleMania matches. For me,
forget the-
Jade and
Don't forget
Naomi.
the Randy
Yeah.
gauntlet or whatever.
Okay,
that's
so
gonna
we'll
be.
say 13.
That'll be coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jade and Naomi does not need to be on WrestleMania.
Mm.
Ray and Grande don't need to be on WrestleMania.
No.
Logan and AJ don't need to be on WrestleMania unless this is AJ Styles' last WrestleMania. Every match at WrestleMania should be a title match, which means Chelsea Green should be on WrestleMania, and how she is not is insane.
That's the big
And
omission right now.
The
to me.
fact that Liv Morgan didn't have a direct story into WrestleMania sucks because she's been the constant. She's been the best women's wrestler on the roster for the last 2 years, story-wise, in ring. And some stupid gauntlet, they're probably going to make Lyra Valkyria and Bailey win.
I think that's the favorite.
Like, no, I don't want that to be I don't want that to happen. I don't even know who the hell else is in that gauntlet match, but still, there's a lot of matches that should not be on WrestleMania. And I just named 3 or 4 of them.
Well,
So
let me ask you this. You're going.
I
You
am.
think you're going to be just like bored during some of those matches?
I think there will be some boredom. Now, unfortunately, this year I'm up with the average
The
people.
mids.
It's a
I'm
relative term. I keep
I'm
saying
in the
that.
400s. I'm in the 400s for the first time. So, normally I'm in the first 10 rows. I got the chairs to prove it. So, yeah, Kev, I feel like I am going to be bored with some of these. And, I don't drink a lot anymore. I haven't drank since you guys were here. So, I may drink, a little, So when you guys do the post show and I get all the cool shit right and you all get it wrong, I might be under the influence. Because
Okay.
it'll only be 8 o'clock, 8:30 p.m.
Well, it is true.
Pacific.
Right.
Uh-huh.
The night will be young, my friend.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not
God.
going to Braun's beach party or whatever the hell those WrestleMania after dark things
Well, you
are.
get
but
speared into
Yeah.
a pool. I thought for $300.
yeah, no thanks. No.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I saw somebody post online because the Ray Grande thing came on Raw, and somebody was like, Rey Mysterio will have a WrestleMania match as long as he wants. Like, you
Yeah.
got to get him on the card, and that will, I think, will be a lot of fun because you presume the Creeds and Ivy will be there, the LWO guys will be there, so it'll be a big cluster on the outside too. So it gets those guys all on the card. So I think I'm fine with that. I see there's a little something with like Miz and Carmelo and the Mello Don't Miz.
Wait, I thought the
tag
Street
team.
Profits were on there too.
No,
Thank
they're on
you.
DIY.
Yeah, that's
they're on SmackDown. They're not defending at Mania.
Yeah.
It's going to be on
Not too bad.
SmackDown next
so that's
week. I'll be
that's
there
a
for that
big one.
too.
I think that's a big omission. I'd have them
big
and
time.
You could put in either the Motor City Guns or Ciampa Gargano and do something. fun
SmackDown
with
needs
that.
more tag teams.
No.
There's only 4.
What are you talking about? Pretty Deadly.
That's
Boy.
You've got
Motor City Machine
DIY.
Guns,
Santos.
DIY.
What's Santos's crew?
Legado del Fantasma.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I'm mistaken. 5.
All right. Thank you.
All you
But
need.
they've
our-
been facing each other for a year.
Get our
Okay.
facts straight.
Well-
I don't know. Well, now we got Mellow No Miz, so maybe that's 6 then.
Wow.
Let's
And
build
the
it
Judgment
up.
Day. And the Judgment Day.
They are on Raw.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about just SmackDown. It's like
Yes.
that, okay, so I get that. I gotta disagree with the fact that AJ and Logan is a WrestleMania match, and I think that's going to be the match of the weekend.
Wow. Okay.
I'm like, that's the one I'm most excited for. And if it is AJ's last WrestleMania, then yes, he should go out with like the best match.
A-Town
And I
down
would-
7.
And they're on Raw.
Oh, are they on Raw?
I feel
They got
like
moved
they're
to
on
Raw.
both
Shit.
shows. It's
No,
got
everybody's on every show at this
It
point.
seems like
moved
it,
to
yeah.
Raw because Miz was going to mentor them, and they're like, "Hey, we just got
Oh,
moved
that's
to
right.
Raw."
Well, the Wyatt
But,
Sucks
no.
is on SmackDown, so there's
That's
some
true.
multiple
That counts as like
variations there.
3 tag
Well, we
teams.
haven't
They've
seen
been
them since
MIA.
November.
The free
No.
bird's still there. I'm just kidding.
Oh well, Road Dogg's there, so obviously the New Age Outlaws.
Right.
But no, that's a match I'm looking forward to, and we'll talk about this in the WrestleMania show. But it's like, yeah, that I would love to see Mysterio and Americano be mask versus mask.
Well,
Oh,
I do feel
great
like
idea.
Oh, but
Grande
it's
is
too-
going to lose his mask, which is
Yeah,
a disgrace.
this has a short shelf life because you don't want to drag this out because it's so good
They're
right
selling.
People are loving it. The crowd
They're
goes
selling
crazy
them-
when his music hits. That
they're
that
selling the
Mania
mask.
crowd will go crazy.
The mask
Yeah,
is
they're-
on WWE Shop.
Mm.
Yeah,
I do-
it doesn't
I-
have to go too long. It's like they could end it at Mania to have that big Mania moment, or he gets the mask off and he's wearing another mask underneath it.
Yeah. I do love the mariachi version of that patriotic song. I don't
Yes.
remember the name of it, but that makes me laugh every time I hear that. I'm like, whoever thought of that idea, all the praise to you. Yeah, the fans were chanting this week. That's Chad Gable. The other half was going, no, it's not. It's good. It's good stuff, man. All right. So last Sunday, I did watch AEW Dynasty. And if you guys had the chance to either watch or listen to the one thing I had to share with our viewers and listeners before we got to this week's show, one of the worst finishes I've ever seen in my nearly 40 years of wrestling with the Chris Jericho Bandito finish, where not just one, but 2 referees didn't see Jericho cheat and decided to take the family's word for it that, oh, he must have. So we got to restart the match, and Bandito won. Did you guys, I don't know if you watched or listened to what I had to say, but I don't know if you maybe found that out yourself and had any reaction to my reaction.
No.
Thanks. Good team player there. Thanks.
Oh,
Joe, Kev, anybody?
relax.
So okay, look, give us a slight recap of the match. So I saw Jericho hit him with the baseball bat, right? And
Correct.
then he pinned him.
You can hear
Jericho
this all
physically
on That
won.
Wrestling Podcast YouTube and podcast feed. It's 5 minutes, Kev. It's 5 minutes.
Oh,
Check it out.
okay, that's not
But
bad.
that's all I did. I was like, I got to get this off my chest. But yeah, the bottom line was yes, Jericho.
I'm glad
used
you did
bat-
it. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah,
I really am.
I was texting with Barbara Ryan. We were watching this, the same, and I was just like, "This is goddamn stupid." So, go back, see what I had to say. Go back and find the footage, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay, Brian, I have a question for you. Since you're so passionate about this being like the worst ref decision ever, or refs
It's up there.
decision
Yeah.
ever, where does this
Refs.
rank with Starrcade 97?
So, okay, right. I did think about that. I think
Yeah.
it's worse because Bret Hart at least saw that it was a fast count. It wasn't a fast count.
But it wasn't.
I know. So that was just a fuck up, like on purpose, right? Or just on accident, I should say. It was a fuck up on accident. This was how it was supposed to be, where like, oh, the other ref is going to talk to the family. So yeah, Bret coming down saying that was a fast count. I hated that because you're right. I was like, that wasn't a fast count, but it was supposed to be a fast count. So I could buy that. The only one that I thought of that I was like, well, I can consider that one was Seth Rollins versus The Fiend in Hell in a Cell. and they stopped the match because he hit him with the toolbox, and it was just like, wait, there's no DQs at Hell in a Cell. Like, what are we doing? So that was the only other one that I was like, oh fuck, what's this all about?
Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like the booker paints himself in a corner and they don't know how to get out of it. So
Yeah,
see what sticks, and yeah, that did not stick.
I will go with I thought a positive from the show. FTR is heel again, guys. They did turn on Cope at the end of the trios match. And the turn was one thing as far as like, they just started pile driving him and all that. But what kind of gave it that little extra spice was they're bringing out like the gurney for him. And like Cash like took the neck brace and like put it on himself to be like, oh, I was like, whoa, that was a dick move. It was pretty funny. So guys, everything I was seeing online as this was happening is people are going, oh, this is going to mean, I got to say, Cope and Christian Cage are going to get back together to take on FTR. And obviously, Christian's been a heel for a long time. Him and Edge, he had the whole, go fuck yourself line when they tried to get back together. Is that something that kind of,
I think it'll be a fun for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The build, and then the pay-per-view match, and then we're done.
Yeah. Kev, you're a long time artist,
Cope
formerly
fan.
known as Edge guy.
Cope head.
You've been a Cope head since 2005. So what's going on?
A Cope fiend.
You're a Cope fiend.
How have they not made these shirts yet? Tony Khan, we're printing money for you.
If it means FTR will go over on those two, I'm all for it. I think FTR is heels a million times more effective than faces. They do a great job. Their wrestling speaks for itself, right? But they're just so good as bad guys.
Yeah. That's
I want to
best.
see them destroy Cope, so then he can maybe go back to where he rightfully belongs and becomes Edge again. No, I'm just kidding. Realistically,
No, you're not.
I don't think there's any reason why Cope and Christian should win that match if it does happen. Or I think they should just, even if, well, maybe Cope wins by DQ because they'll just keep kicking his ass if there's the one-on-one matches or something, or they'll probably bring out Darby. Oh no, Darby's climbing a mountain. Oh no, Darby got hurt.
It takes a long time to climb down the mountain. So,
he's still he's planning to do it. It's going
Yeah.
to take like 2 months to get up there and back. So
That's
it's just
insane.
I'm more interested to see where they go from it, but I saw the beatdown and I was all for it.
Okay, right on. Yeah, I'll be very curious the road to get to Christian back together with Cope. So I'll be following that one. I will say, and Busted Open, Dave LaGreca on Monday was just tearing that show apart. Not because of like the action itself, but again, just the formatting. Guys, I gave it till midnight. The main event started at like 11:53 at night.
oh
Yeah.
Wow.
And the match before the main event, of course, was Mox versus Swerve, in which I was like, interested in seeing how this was going to go down. And the match before it was the triple threat of Omega, Mike Bailey, Speedball Bailey, and Ricochet. And that match was fantastic, but it's 11:35 at night, and if you've been in the building, you've been watching wrestling probably since like 7. And as he put it out, like, Joe, there was that one WrestleMania. I was at your house, and like the main
And you
event
had to
went off
leave.
after midnight. And yeah, it was just like, this is crazy. I don't want my wrestling shows to be 2 days. If you're starting at night, you better be done by midnight. I'm not dedicating 2 days to one wrestling show. And LaGreca said it. But they realized WrestleMania, this is way too long. This screws people over. We're going 2 nights. And it's fine. It's worked out really well. So yeah, at midnight, I turned it off. I'm getting texts from Barbara Ryan at like 12:20 in the morning going like, oh, the Young Bucks just came out. And it's like, God damn, like, knock it off, man. If it's a Saturday, or sometimes they do what? They do like all out or all in is usually like Labor Day Sunday, where we're all off on Monday. I can maybe let that slide. But this is Dynasty, guys. Dynasty. We're not talking all in here. This is Dynasty. So again, it's what I said last time with, I think, Revolution, about just, I'm not a sicko. The AEW vibe of everything just isn't for me right now. So I wanted to make sure I shared that with you guys.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You got. I can't go full Dave LaGreca because, by God,
Please
I got
don't.
a family.
That's absurd.
Exactly. I got close there, but
I was thinking about your video because you and I were like, we were back and forth. You're like, I might do
Yes.
this video, and I'm like, do it, whatever.
yeah.
I really wish you would have done it after the pay-per-view because you would have been so
Oh,
mad.
I know, but like I said,
24 hours later, it's not as angry or
No.
anger-filled as, some of the others.
That's why we're
You are-
glad
you are
you didn't
correct.
do a video right after Elimination Chamber
yes, yeah,
because
just
you
like
were so mad.
yeah,
I was.
you
I
were.
was.
We all can take some time and
Speaking of that,
evaluate it.
So I don't know the last time you guys have bought any kind of like trading cards, sports cards. Remember as kids, there would be a set that would come out every year.
Yeah.
It's a set.
Yeah.
And it comes out, and sometimes they would add, like, if a player got traded or like a rookie would come in, like they would have those inserts. Trading cards now, anytime some cool shit happens, they make cards for it.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker because they did a triple card of Cena,
Yeah.
Rock, Travis
Oh,
Scott
wow.
with
Cool.
one triple autograph, one of one. I didn't get it. I got 10 comments. But like, I feel like that has to devalue something. The fact that like UConn just won the women's title. They put out a Paige Becker's card. Florida just won the men's tournament. They put out cards for it. Anytime something big happens, they put out cards for it. And I don't understand, one, why, two, how that does anything other than dilute the product that they're putting out. I don't understand. But yeah, when I'm just, like I said, I'm just looking at these cards that I just got, and I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some sense in the business model of just like, this is hot, let's get it out, right? But
Yeah.
no,
That's
for
what
sure.
happened in the 90s. They oversaturated the market and card values went down.
Well, that's
I mean,
most
like
of the,
for baseball and NBA too. I mean, like, I remember like the big deal of like the Shaq rookie where he was doing the dunk and it was like 4 of them inside that motion capture and you had to get an upper deck special card to mail it in to get it. And it's like, oh, this is going to be my retirement. I think it's worth $10.
Yeah.
nowadays
I still
like,
have it.
so many commons. They make only the numbered cards, like even for WWE Chrome Tops, right? We bought like a $30 pack, came with what, 8 packs? I think it was like 4 or 5 cards per pack.
Yeah.
We got a
It's
couple
absurd.
numbered cards, but
Yeah.
we got like 7 Ivars. Like,
But-
that's the thing. It's those they just make hundreds of thousands of. They make the numbers, then they'll get those triple signed Cena, Rock, Travis Scott, but then they just throw in a million.
Commons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also learning too on cards. There's parallels.
And
Sam Roberts.
refractors.
Sam Roberts is doing this thing with Triple H where Triple H is building his card collection. It's amazing because Triple H doesn't know anything, but like, and they obviously filmed it all in one day, but it's over the course of a few weeks. But there's like red cards and green cards and silver cards and dark cards and light cards and yellow. Like it's not the same old hobby like it used to be when we were kids.
No.
And yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't remember why I started talking about that, but yeah. So,
Who knows?
maybe we need to do a collector show or
Yeah. Shout
Something
out
like
to
that.
shout out to Fleer and Donruss, or all the other baseball companies that are long since
Score.
left us.
Remember
Sky,
Score?
it's Sky,
yeah.
Skybox
Yeah.
had like the really weird artsy colors behind the NBA players on Skybox.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Those
I
are
just
good.
I just opened up my hoops and I got a Ronnie Cycli.
Shout out to Miami
but
Heat.
Jordan's guarding him, so that counts.
Oh my God.
Well,
All
there
right.
is an NBA hoops card of Mark Jackson that has the Menendez brothers in it.
Oh,
it.
right.
Courtside.
Right,
Right.
it's literally right behind me.
I got a couple of
Oh,
those.
you have that?
I shit you not. I just looked at it the other day.
How
I have
do
a
you
couple.
have that?
I bought them too because I was just like, oh, that's fun. And then, you guys know who Ken Golden is?
Not off the tame.
There's a Netflix show, The King of Collectibles. Ken Golden owns Golden Auction House, and there is a card of like from Joel Embiid, and Ken Golden and his son are sitting behind the hoop. So yeah, there's always like
I think I have heard of that. I
Yeah.
think so. You couldn't find it, Kev?
No.
Okay.
Ray ate it.
Yeah.
No,
I probably-
I'm checking my book
scratched it
from-
all up.
I'm
I
checking
do-
my book from the '90s to see
Oh
if
I
my
did
God.
buy one. I did buy them recently because just that came up in conversation. I'm like, oh, that's fun. So
Well, card collecting is a hobby. Another thing people consider could be a hobby is getting tattoos. And
yeah.
Jay, you pointed out, of course, with WWE World being so much of everything of anything. One thing in particular is they're going to have a tattoo parlor that you can get a tattoo right there at the World.
I'm looking at it right now. It's the
Oh
Tattoo
my God.
Pavilion, hosted by Ink Fusion Empire, and the paragraph is ready to wear your fandom on your sleeve. Literally, the Tattoo Pavilion is here to make it happen. Choose from our
Wow.
exclusive WWE inspired tattoo designs and leave WWE World with some ink that screams dedication. Let's make your passion permanent. Now, they have quite a few artists. They've got 4, 8. They've got 12 different artists, and you can view their work on the website. Now, this WWE World is a Fanatics experience. Since WWE signed with Fanatics for all their merchandise and stuff, Fanatics is running the show on this, and I'm excited. Now, they used to have like WWE Access or the Fan Fest or whatever it was called. Now with the World, I am very interested to see how this goes. Now, I don't know. You know, I'm sure some dope is going to walk out of there with a fucking Nightmare Factory thing on his neck.
Yeah.
I personally would not go that way. I was telling my wife about it, and I was like, if I would do anything, it would just be like above my knee. Like my shorts would cover it. Like no one would actually see it. And she goes, you should get one on your ass. I'm like, no, not doing that.
Would it be Billy Gunn's old name?
Would it be his lips?
Right.
Get the dusty circles on your butt.
No, that's not a
Polka
tattoo. That's a liver spot. That's not a
polka dot.
tattoo.
Oh, get a Jason original.
There is no originals here.
Get your favorite. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Triple
Ric
H.
Flair? Huh? Triple H?
Triple H.
Get Triple H's face on your thumb so you can give some thumb wrestling.
What?
Not many people do that.
Jesus fucking Christ, Kevin. Vacation has not done well for you.
Get your stomach
No,
and back
just stop.
tattooed.
Just
get
stop
the
talking.
wing-eagled
I'm gonna
belt
mute
tattooed
you.
on your butt.
I'm gonna mute you if you don't stop talking.
Big eagle on the butt. Oh my God.
4 years, I've never muted anyone. You might be the first.
we're on
a tattoo
we're on
of
one show
Frankie on
past
your
4
shoulder.
years, and it's a whole new world now.
I don't know. Like, if you were to do this,
Yeah.
what would you get? Because the way this is going to work, I'm sure they have flash pages because they got to make it quick. Maybe an hour at a time. But you probably have to make appointments and all this stuff. But like, they'll have some version of Cody's neck tattoo. They'll have his dream tattoo.
Mhm.
They might have some sort of like Goldberg tattoo, some Randy Orton style tattoo. The Triple H one, I assume maybe like the King of Kings where it's the skull with the crown.
I say he doesn't
Maybe,
have a tattoo himself, I don't think.
No, he doesn't.
Right?
But
Yeah.
I think it's just logos is what they're gonna have.
Yeah. Yeah.
They might have a KO. They might have a, whatever is on the T-shirt, some sort of Cena. Never give up.
They may have Sean's Heartbreak Kid tattoo.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
replica of that.
Yeah.
maybe something with Rey Mysterio. He's covered in tats. So, like, if you were going to WWE World, you guys and people watching, leave it in the comments. And if you're a listener, please shoot us a DM or on our socials at that WrestlePod. If you were to get a wrestling tattoo at WWE World, what would it be? We'll start with Joe.
Macho Man sunglasses.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right here.
Wow. Okay.
That was
Kev, you
easy.
got one that makes sense?
I do. I think I would get. It's crazy. It is. I think I would like almost where like my wedding ring would go. So if I needed to, I could cover it up. Get like a like the wing eagled belt, but just small, like
Okay.
around the finger.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see it. Like
Correct.
it would be
So if
very.
you needed to
There would
cover
not
it
be a
up-
lot of detail. No, I'm not saying you wouldn't be able to see it if you cover up. There's not a lot of. I mean, that's a lot of detail.
That is true.
In a small space, yeah.
I'll say Jim Cornette's tennis racket right here. No,
The tennis racket is a good idea. I mean, that
Tennis
would
racket.
work. I was kind of going down that lane. I was gonna go, like a briefcase with IRS on it and a dollar sign, Money Inc.
That's fun.
that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
fun. I decided to go to we talk about cards. I got my WWF playing cards, and I said, I'll pick the first one I pick out will be my tattoo. So, hey boys, here comes the Warlord tattoo.
The five of hearts, right above the
That's
heart.
right. The 5 of
Wow.
hearts. You can't beat it. If I could
I
I was gonna say if I could get a script, like if they like, maybe like a promo or something, get some like little script on there, like my wife has that. I'd go with something that goes like this.
Oh, a promo. Okay.
Yeah,
I
like a
gotcha.
promo script. Yeah, if I get it real tiny, I'd say, what did I ever do in this world to deserve an empty-headed fucking dumb fuck like Hangman Adam Page to go on national television and fucking go into business for himself? For what? What did I do, Dave? What did I ever do? Didn't do a goddamn thing. That's what I'd have done.
Cross your back.
Yeah, back across.
No,
I don't
right
know,
here.
CM Punk's next to him eating a muffin. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
right
it's-
next to Warlord.
it's very interesting to me that they're doing this. Like, I'm surprised it's taken this long, and like, I also am surprised that like a place like Disneyland or Disney World does not have a tattoo shop on property. Can you? They would just clean up.
Yep.
With
Tons of Disney tattoos.
Disney
Yep.
nerds
Buy
doing
an
shit.
official Disney animator giving
Sure.
the
Yeah.
tattoo. So, I mean, that's
Well,
like
I don't
even
think they
more.
can tattoo it, but they could draw it. It would be on the flash
Right.
sheets.
Yeah.
But back to WWE World, they're having Superstar Row, which are all the meet and greets and stuff. But these things have been selling out in like insanely quick.
Shows is like $600, right?
And
Yeah,
they're
and
so
it's very
expensive.
expensive. There is live content and programming as well, so there'll be like podcasts and stuff like that. The tattoo place, you can do entrances, legacy experiences, which is kind of like your memorabilia, your museum. You know how they set up every time. The Tops experience with trading cards because Fanatics owns Tops. Fanatics owns everything. It's fucking insane. And of course, since they just signed that deal with Topps Chrome, the new cards for WWE exclusive, they're there. And then, of course, my favorite, the WrestleMania Superstore. So I'm excited for that.
Gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, I mean, I always buy my mini belt for pay-per-views, so I'm definitely be buying that, but who knows what the hell else they're gonna have. But the tattoo thing I thought was cool. I thought it was cool. Tattoos are more acceptable now than ever. My friend John, who you guys met on the boat, has a El Generico and a Roddy Piper tattoo on his arm. I
Wow.
think he has Randy Savage too. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I think it's cool. And
You'll have to at least get some footage of
Of
that,
course.
of seeing
Yeah.
somebody get a tattoo. That'd be pretty wild.
Is there a chance you would get one?
maybe it would just
Do you have to
depend.
sign up prior, or is it just first come?
Well,
first
I'm
served?
sure. Like I said, man, I'm sure that you probably will have to make an appointment. And these things probably are not going to be that big. They may be like the size of like a $50. Like a lot of tattoo shops on like Friday the 13th will have $13 tattoos, but they're pre-flash sheets. So you just got to pick something off the paper. It's not like you can go in with a custom. So I'm sure this is going to be in that same vein, but with 12 different tattoo artists every day, I mean, who knows? But would I do it? Maybe. I don't know.
All right.
Well, only time will tell, and I do plan on vlogging because I got some new mic situations for my phone, so I'll be testing that shit out next week. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome. We shall see. Well, that's about gonna do it. I forgot to put on the rundown spot of the week. So
There's only one. There's only one.
Okay, I was gonna say there's two.
Brian. No,
Go
there's
ahead.
only one.
You tell me.
And it is Braun Breaker's spear, where he fucking did like a triple flip cow after he hit him. It was awesome.
That's
the only one that counts.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Carlito.
That was cool.
My runner-up was Joaquin Wilde jumping off the back of one Creed brother onto the other Creed brother, and then outside doing a flip. I was like, that's pretty fucking cool too. But yes, Braun has now crowned himself champion of Scotland.
I will allow Joaquin Wilde because he's from Pittsburgh. So.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Good times. So yeah, next week, guys, we are recording a touch early because Jay will be headed out to Vegas. So look for our WrestleMania preview and predictions a little earlier in the week. Hopefully on Thursday, we will get that out to get you all pumped for WrestleMania 41. At That WrestlePod for social media, whatamaneuver.net for merchandise, and youtube.com/That Wrestling Podcast. For Kevin, Jason, the algorithm. There you go. Joe, and myself, Brian, thanks so much for listening and for watching. We appreciate it. And as always, enjoy wrestling.
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow @ThatWrestlePod on social media.